Hey Spooniverse, JD here. I'm with Anthony Caparelli, Director of Beverage Studies at the Institute of Culinary Education. He knows his stuff. Thanks for tuning in to see a master and a complete novice make you some delicious drinks. We're going to be here every Friday doing the same thing. As we do this, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and we'll answer them. But what are we doing? What are we making, Anthony?
I was going to make, I figured it's 5 o'clock-ish on Friday and make some cocktails.
Perfect.
Does that work for you?
That works for me.
So what I want to do this month is I want to focus on fall ingredients, and to me the quintessential fall ingredient is apples. So I'm going to do, for the next, say, 4 weeks or so, we're going to do drinks that feature apples. And what I want to do is I want to start with the least alcoholic version of apples, which is just plain unfiltered apple cider. And then we're going to go to hard cider, which is a fermented version. And then we'll go to Applejack, which is America's cider spirit. And then we'll go to Calvados, which is France's cider spirit. So we'll kind of progress in alcohol content over the month. But every drink is going to have some sort of apple juice or fermented or distilled version of the juice of apples for fall. Cool?
Right on.
All right. So today we're going to start with a bourbon spiced apple martini.
Woo.
Cool.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah, I know. Bourbon's
ready for it.
super hot right now, and plus it's a dark spirit. And as you know, as the months get colder, winter comes, people start to drink more and more dark spirits, whiskeys in particular, and bourbon is just through the roof popular right now. And it's America's national spirit, for those of you who might not know.
Fun fact.
Yeah, Congress actually passed a law. It's actually our national spirit. No, I'm not even kidding.
Awesome.
It is the patriotic.
So you could also make this on 4th of July.
You absolutely can, and I probably drink more bourbon on the 4th of July than most people drink beer, but it's just a super versatile spirit. So what's going to happen next is that I'm going to make the drink, and while I'm making it, I'm going to teach you how to make it so that when I'm done, you can make it, all right?
Try to make it.
You will make it, trust me. All right, so you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a little bit on tools first of all. So this we call a cocktail shaker or a shaker tin. This is my mixing glass, and this is a Hawthorne or Spring strainer. These three things together are called a Boston shaker set, and this is what you need to make all the drinks that we're going to be making this month. Go to Amazon, costs you less than $10, you get all this good stuff.
Awesome.
All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I have some ice in here. You can kind of see where the ice goes. And I'm going to add bourbon. I'm going to start with some bourbon, and I'm using Maker's Mark today, which is one of my favorites. And I'm actually going to measure it out using this little fancy thing called a jigger. And I'll show you how to use it so that you can get the exact right amount of liquid in the tin every time. So what you want to do is you want to hold it between your index and middle finger, just like that, and then you're going to put your pinky on the edge of the tin to kind of steady it, and then you fill the jigger all the way to the top, and then you're just going to go palm down to palm up. All right? It looks a lot easier than it really is, so don't freak out when I ask you that. So we're going to do 2 ounces of bourbon into that tin. Okay? And then I'm going to do some amaretto, and I want a ½ ounce of amaretto, which is the other side of the jigger. And again, same thing, palm down, palm up. So I have 2 ounces of bourbon and 1/2 ounce of amaretto. Now I want my apple cider, and this is, again, non-alcoholic, unfiltered apple cider, which is what I like to use, and I'm going to do 2 ounces of that, same as what I did with the bourbon. And then, because I always like to cut my apple juice a little bit, the sweetness with a little bit of tartness, I'm going to do a ½ ounce of cranberry juice.
Oh.
Right? And that also adds a lot of nice color to the drink.
Yeah.
Good? So far, sounds good?
And it smells awesome.
All right, and then I promised spice. I said bourbon spiced apple. So I'm going to do a little bit of cinnamon, and all I want to do is just a dash of cinnamon, and I'm going to do a dash of allspice, and I always like to use allspice whenever I'm doing anything baking related like apples. Okay? Now, the last thing I need is a little bit, it's still a very sweet drink. I want to cut that sweetness with a little bit of acidity, and this is a component of every well-made cocktail, and I'm just going to take a nice big wedge of lemon and squeeze that in there. And that gives me a little bit of that acidity from the lemon juice. And now I'm ready to go. So now I got to shake it. And when we shake it, I'm going to show you, and then you're going to do it. What you're going to do is put that glass in the tin and just pull it to one side, lock it down. Just, you don't ever want to bang this or hit this. You see a lot of bartenders.
Yeah, all the time.
Don't do it.
Okay.
It's glass. Don't hit glass. That's not
Fair
complicated.
enough.
Right, okay.
Logic.
No, and there's a reason for that. People say, oh, but it's thick and it's never going to break. And you take this out of a dishwasher at 180 degrees and you fill it with ice and go like this and it will shatter. Okay, so just don't hit it. I don't care what you see a local bartender do. All right, one hand on the bottom of the tin, one hand on the top of the glass. You're going to step away from the bar and you're going to shake. And when you shake, you go from the shoulder of your top hand to the foot of your bottom hand. And it looks like this. And you got to put some work into this. This is where you get to quit your gym membership. If you do this for 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, like working bartenders. Why do you tip your bartenders? Because they're shaking your drinks. All right, so the corollary is if they're not putting work into it, they're not doing the job. And you want to really shake it well because I want to chill the drink and I want to dilute the drink. And you know you're doing a good job when you get frost on that tin there. Okay? And then you're going to go ahead and pop that out. And before I put it in my glass, I actually want to put a little bit of caramel. We're actually using dulce de leche, which I really, really like a lot. And what you're going to do here is just get a little bit on the spoon, and then take that over the glass, and you're just going to drizzle. Just like that. You don't want too much. It should look kind of like lace work, right? You don't want it to taste, it's beautiful. With my strainer, I'm going to just strain this right into my cocktail glass. And then
it's beautiful.
To garnish it, I have a slice of fresh apple. Whoops, let's do this one. Slice of fresh apple is going to go right on top, and then I'm going to top that off with just a dash of nutmeg. So now I have all my baking spices in there.
Too cool.
Cool. So you try that one, and then you're going to make me one.
With pleasure.
All right.
And Jordan would like to know, can these ingredients be used to make a mold version too?
Oh, which version?
A mold?
Mold version, yeah. Great question. So for those of you who aren't, if you're not familiar with mulling spices, you can take things, you can usually just go to the supermarket and get a packet of mulling spices, but it's a lot of the things that we talked about, and a lot of the baking spices, including cinnamon in like stick form, for example. Cloves is another good one, and you can actually put it in the cider and then put that on the stove and let it sit at a very, very low temperature. We call it steeping. Or simmering. You're familiar with that, right?
Totally.
I make it complicated. So you let that simmer, and it's going to infuse the cider with all those great spices, but it's the best air freshener you've ever had in your life. Like, I just put this on the stove before I have a party, and don't even worry about drinking it. We'll drink it later, but it makes the whole house smell like the holidays. What do you think?
Awesome. It's delicious.
You like
I
that?
can't stop drinking it.
Okay,
it's
good.
amazing.
Well, you have to for just a couple minutes because I want you to make one.
All right, fair enough.
Good?
Let's do this.
All right, so very first thing you're going to do is you have ice in here. I want you to put it into your tin.
Easy.
Yay.
I can do that.
Fantastic.
Done.
Now, you ready for the jigger work?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Okay.
You righty or lefty?
I'm a righty.
Perfect.
So do I do it with
Just like that with your
this?
left hand.
Okay,
Hold with your left hand because you want to hold the bottle with your right.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
Now, when you hold the bottle, I want you to hold it by the neck.
This is,
There you go.
yeah.
And try and get that finger up here to keep that pour spout from popping out.
Aha.
There you go. Great. And plus, you look really good doing that.
Great.
All right, give you some room.
My new title
Perfect.
is Mixologist. Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm filling it up.
Yep.
Mike has a quick question.
Go, Mike.
Why don't you chill the glass prior for this particular drink?
I love that question, Mike. So I actually did a whole series of videos called The
Do I do two
Science.
of
You're going to do 2 of those. And while I'm answering the question, you're going to do the other side one of amaretto.
Great.
Okay. So I actually did a whole series of videos called The Science of Mixology, where we test a lot of these bartending practices that have never really been tested. So what we did was I actually took a bunch of martini glasses and froze them, and then took a bunch of other martini glasses and didn't, and made drinks in both sets with thermocouples, and actually took the temperature of all sets of drinks. And what you find is there's no appreciable difference between drinks that are served in the frozen martini glasses and drinks that are served in the room temperature martini glasses. This just doesn't have enough thermal mass. It's not thick enough to add, to absorb any appreciable amount of heat from the drink. The way the drink is cooled is by that shaking process. If you don't shake it, it's not going to be chilled. If you do shake it, it will. So it's a nice sort of presentation thing, but it doesn't have any practical impact on the drink.
Plus, shaking's more fun.
It's way more fun. Yeah. Okay. So you have, did you put your amaretto
Yes.
in? Great. So now
Yes.
we're going to do apple cider. 2 ounces.
All right.
Go ahead. You're great with that jigger.
Love
That
it. Woo.
takes, don't worry, if you're not
I
getting
just
wet,
get a little excited.
if you're not wet, you're not bartending. That's what I always tell people. One more.
One more of
You
these.
did one, right?
I did
you
one.
want 2 of those.
All right, groovy.
Good.
Woo!
And cranberry.
And a cranberry.
Yep, other side.
Little small
There
guy.
you go.
All right.
Good. So 2 ounces of bourbon, 2 ounces of cider,
Boom.
½ ounce of amaretto, ½ ounce of cranberry. Make it simple.
So simple.
Good. 1
Spices
dash
now.
each. Cinnamon
All right.
and allspice.
I'm gonna do allspice first. Spice things up a
Perfect.
bit. Little cinnamon.
Yep. Good.
Love it.
And now we need our acid.
All right.
And that's critical to make it a cocktail. You always want to balance the sweetness with either acid or alkalins, which is sour and bitter. And that's what makes it a balanced drink, okay? Fabulous.
If you're just joining us, we're making an apple spice bourbon martini.
All right, that goes in there.
Okay. Woo!
Now pull it to one side. Pull the glass to one side so that it kind of locks in. There you go. And if you twist it a little bit, you'll feel it locks. It's not going anywhere, right? You don't need to hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, one hand on the bottom of the tin.
Like full bottom.
Yep, and one hand on the top. That's important for safety because your hands are wet. You don't want it slipping through.
Slipping, okay.
Good. I'm going to give you room, and I want you to shake it. Go ahead, get yourself room. Baby, you do better than that. There you go. Yeah, JD, that's what I'm talking about. Nicely done.
All right.
Feel the burn?
Proceed with caution. Oh, I feel the burn.
Yeah.
I feel the burn.
As the drink gets cold, you get warm. That's how you know you're doing it right.
Oh, I'm going to need a drink after this.
You're right. Is your fingers nice and cold
All
on
right,
the bottom?
yeah, they're frozen.
Then you're good.
Perfect.
Good.
Unlock that.
Yeah, so now here's an easy way to, because this is the other thing, people bang it all the time. So what I want you to do is, you see how the tin is, the glass in this case is leaning up? I want you to twist it so that it's leaning to your left or your right when you're looking straight down on it. So in this case you can see it's leaning to your right.
Yes.
Take your two middle fingers, put them as high up on the tin as they can go. It's going to look just like this. Good. Take your thumbs as high up on the glass as they can go. Put the tin in your belly button, push with your thumbs.
Oh.
Every single time.
Wow, that's like magic.
Every time. Not dangerous.
Are you a magician or a mixologist?
Yeah, you know, sometimes there's not a lot of difference, right? Okay.
Oh, now I make
ready
the glass
for
pretty.
the dolce? Yeah.
Okay, so, not too much.
Nope.
I get really excited, but I'm just gonna do.
So you're not really
a little bit on
scooping
the
up. Yeah, that's it. Right, exactly. Kind of twirl it around, get it covered. Yeah, and then just let it drizzle into the glass.
And Anthony, how long have you been a mixologist, and how'd you get your start in it?
It was the very first job that I got out of college, and it's been, I'm just going ahead and say decades. Can I say that without giving too much away? It's been a long, long time.
All right. Well, I wouldn't say I'm the Leonardo da Vinci of glass decorating.
Beautiful.
But it's gonna taste good.
Strainer.
Right.
And the handle's going to go whatever hand you write with, that's the side it goes.
Okay.
Good, you got it perfect. Good. And then just strain it in. And
look at that.
that is absolutely perfect.
Stop.
I love it.
All right.
You know the rest from here.
Okay.
Go for it.
Little slice of apple.
Yep.
Boom. And a little nutmeg right on top. Bam. I sold
hold
out for
that
my
up
little
for you,
glass.
man. Look at that.
Et voila.
That's gorgeous.
You
I love that.
too.
Nicely done. That one's mine.
All right.
Give me this.
You
there you go.
Let me know how that tastes.
Cheers. Happy
Cheers,
fall.
Anthony.
Happy back to school.
Happy fall. I can get used to that.
Oh, that works.
I can get used to that.
Yeah, that works for me. Nicely done.
Okay, man.
Congratulations, JD.
If I can do it, you
Awesome.
guys can too. Any last questions before we head out? Or we'll see you next Friday.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Take care.